Hi everyone, Michael Rubenfeld here. Welcome to my channel. I'm trying to post longer videos more often, and of course I'll keep posting short videos when I can. If you like my content, please subscribe. Like, subscribe? Yeah, that's YouTube, right? And if you have the ability to support me, I do have a Patreon account. I have a nice group of people there. I think you can support me for as little as like 15 zloty a month. Not very much, but it's deeply appreciated. It helps me continue to make this content. Today, I basically want to talk about what happened recently in Israel and Gaza. So, yeah, the family of one of the families, Jewish hostage that were the hostages in Gaza. Their bodies were released in um, caskets that were paraded through the streets to the applause of local Palestinian people who were praising the Hamas heroics. So, yeah, first of all, it was just hard to watch those images of people cheering the death of children. And it was hard to then also read what people were writing afterwards. It's hard to see just how bad things have gotten. That people are cheering the death of children. Oh man, it's dark. It's really dark and scary that things have gotten as bad as they have in this in this what is this in this unending cycle of violence that I just think it's going to get even worse before it gets better. I know that there's a so-called ceasefire right now, but man, like, there's so much death and there's so much injustice. Uh, so many innocent people are 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 being killed, and the amount of hatred for each other that Palestinians, that Israelis have for each other is growing. And I feel like in general in the world we've hit a period of time where this hatred, these divisions are ruling, are ruling. The people who are in power are using these divisions, using the power of hatred, the power of violence, the power of injustice to create the kinds of divisions that also propagate support for the corrupt power. Man. And, it's Israel and Palestine, and that's just a part of it. We're now living in a period of time where the most powerful man in the world, Donald Trump, is openly lying about lying. Not only is he lying about Ukraine, I mean, he's lying about everything. He's a liar. If you don't think he's a liar, then you're just not paying attention. But he's accused of Ukraine of being responsible for the Russian invasion. He said that Zelensky only has 4% support in Ukraine. these are this is basically just Russian propaganda that he's repeating. So he's either become a puppet. He's always been a puppet. Uh, he's got a lot of respect for Putin just because he's a powerful man. He's a dictator, and Trump wants to basically, I think, be like Putin. And I think what we're seeing now is this sort of slow movement towards Putin's victory in Ukraine. I think the war will end for now, and I think it's going to end badly for Ukraine. Trump's going to call himself a hero for ending the war. And at this point, I just feel like people want just the violence to end in the world. They don't care how much land Ukrainians have to give up. It's Ukrainians who genuinely care. And I think people will just go, you see, Trump is, a big hero. I can't imagine why else he would be. I mean, he's not dumb enough to know that he's lying. So he's just purposefully lying because he wants to move towards the end of, he wants to take down Zelensky. Basically, I'm sure everyone knows that. If you're watching, everyone knows that, and he's taking advantage of the fact that uh, that that turning people against each other is a powerful tool for holding on to power. Putin's a very smart man. I think he's been teaching Trump or whoever's teaching Trump, working with Putin, whoever's working with Putin is working with Trump. We know that Elon Musk has been to Russia several times in the past several years, visiting with Putin. It's so crazy, you know. It's so dangerous what's happening, and everyone that I know is just kind of trying not to watch because as I think RuPaul said, if you stare too hard into the sun, you're gonna get blinded by it. But it's hard not to stare when you don't know what's going to happen to the people you love. And you know it's it's wild because I actually think that this rage, these deaths in these like brutal parading of bodies through Gaza, the images of children celebrating those deaths is outraging all of Israel to the point that they are not going to care what Netanyahu does. They just want revenge, and that hatred is so powerful. Those images are really hard to watch, and it's really hard in moments like this to go, I have to choose love, or I have to choose to find ways to care about you, for us to care about each other. I think that biologically humans are built to care about themselves and their immediate family. And I think that it's very hard to care about things that you don't feel affect you. And this is maybe going to just sound cliche, but I think the well-being of everyone is in our best interest. It will be better for me to care about you. I don't know you necessarily who's watching this, but I feel like the promise that I want to make is to work even harder to ensure that you're okay. Because I know that that will be better for me. Because I know that you will want to work to ensure that I'm okay. And I think that that's where we should be focusing our energy. I think there's a lot of people that want to focus on hatred, on being against things, anti whoever. Uh, but I think it's wrong. I think it's very dangerous. I think it's what propagates genocide. It's what propagates wars. It's what propagates all the terrible things in the world. And we've got a bunch of leaders in the world right now who are very cleverly using our desire to hate, to find reasons for our misery by blaming, you, others. It's much easier than working to do more to care for each other. So I'm going to do my best to try to do that. To that's my promise to you. And I hope you don't necessarily make that promise just to me, but to think about that, in relationship to the people around you, especially the ones that are hardest to love. That's all. Again, like and subscribe if you want to support me financially with my Patreon accounts. It would be super appreciated. But just you taking the time to watch this and think about it and maybe respond is also really greatly appreciated. Thank you. And I love you, or at least I'm going to do my best to try.